Torn apart by the wicked imposters of war and crime. Perseverance and strength goes together. The struggle continues. Sick and the weak and the helpless, they are in need. Fight on, get up, stop complain. It's a universal pain. From sunrise to sunset every day, it's a living strain. Fight on, every family. Give praise to the Lord. Give praise. Give praise to the Lord. Oh, Father, who has given us the chance that we can all feel like we are part of this earth in heaven. Forgive us this day our daily weakness as we seek to cast our all the burdens on your feet. Oh, merciful Father, in this bacchanal series when there's no cherries, but most of us just want no wine and have a content, but we're looking for a line because we feel it fine, though. And as we jump up and down in this crazy town, we send us some music for the feeling. Everybody's hungry. Everybody give praise. Everybody's hungry. And if you know what I mean, put up your hand. And if you know what I mean, put up your hand. And if you know what I mean, put up your hand. And if you know what I mean, then scream. Oh, God is praises. Oh, let God be praised. Oh, the Father in His mercy, He sent a little music to make it vibration great. So Carnival Day, everybody come and celebrate. Everybody come and celebrate. See the ragamuffin congregate. Everybody come and celebrate. And everybody say, hey, 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 I love the country. Whenever you hear you sing, hey, 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 I feel like I hey, 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 I love the country. Whenever you hear you sing, hey, 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 I feel like oh, I'm proud of who has given us His heart so we can all be the part of your heaven. Forgive us today our daily weaknesses as we seek to cast our all the burdens on your city. On this lovely day when we come out to play and we come out to stay and we pray in the way. Some will say what they have to say, but only you know the pain we're feeling. As it was in the beginning of today, goodbye to the carnival today. Take it up. Everybody hungry. Everybody give praise. Everybody hungry. And if you know what I mean, put up your hand. If you know what I mean, put up your hand. If you know what I mean, put up your hand. But if you know what I mean, then scream. Oh, God is praising, yeah. Oh, let God be praised. Oh, the Father in His mercy, He sent a little soca to make vibration great. So Carnival Day, everybody come and celebrate.
enough to lose a friend. Some of the old generals have retired and gone, and the runs don't come as they did before. But when the two say so, don't you know the desert is wrong? We lost the battle, but yet we will win the war. Rally on the West Indies, one forever. Rally on the West Indies, never say never. When you see the runs are gonna flow again like water, bringing so much joy to each and every son and daughter. So we gonna rise again like a raging fire. As the sun shines, you know we gonna take it higher. We gotta rally from the West Indies, one forever. Rally from the West Indies, soak up the fire. Way down under, a warrior fall. Michael holding was in the heat of the battle. Michael should have left a long time. I heard an angry brother shout. Caribbean man, that is the root of our trouble. Oh, in these tiny theaters of conflict and confusion, better known as the Isles of the West Indies. We already know who brought us here and who created this. So I'm begging my people, please. Oh, we got to rally from the West Indies, now and forever. Rally from the West Indies, stoke up the fire. The runs are gonna flow again like water, bringing so much joy to each and every son and daughter. Say we gonna rise again like a raging fire. As the sun shines, you know we gonna take it higher. But we got to walk, rally from the West Indies, but forever.
Rally from the West Indies.
Rally from the West Indies, never say never. Now they're making restrictions and laws.
This is definitely where we get interactive. Remember the number to call 451-7827 534-7827. That's the WhatsApp number. And the ever competent, the brother Cian Marshall, the foremost talk show host in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yeah, my brother. That's why I put on him because I know you're going to laugh. I put it on now because he don't laugh. Yeah,
We get introduction this morning. Wow. I got introduction this morning. Listen to that, yo. Well, this morning, Bling, you saying rally wrong the West Indies, I rallied wrong the Grenadines divers. You can stop them. Rally wrong Grenadines divers. You know, we had a first win yesterday. A comprehensive win. Making
your first win
was 140. Is how much you made. Was 140 for one or something like that.
Yeah, that's what he made.
Comprehensive win.
That's what the team made.
And we dismissed. And you know, it's a bit of a retribution because the team that we played yesterday was the team Breakers, was the team that beat us in the first match. And I didn't like the output at all. So we got a bit of a revenge.
So the tournament is a round robin tournament.
Yeah, everybody.
Twice? Because you said in the first game.
Yeah.
So they're playing twice.
Maybe.
How many teams in the tournament? I haven't gone to watch any games as yet. 6
teams in the
so that's
tournament.
12.
So that's 10 games.
10 games.
Each team plays 10 games. And then they qualify for the
semis.
Well, the knockout of a playoff. Where it's called the second body. Right? But you know, in sports in a bling, momentum is everything.
Everything.
Know? Momentum is once you build up good momentum bars, I'm telling you, those are the kind of games where you would see Liverpool ramping up with a 12-0 win and that kind of thing, because you know, or when Madrid come Stamford Bridge last year, you know, momentum is everything.
Yeah, winning 4 Champions League.
Yeah,
on
of
the
course,
track.
of course.
Yeah.
Come on.
Momentum.
Of course,
Yeah,
of course. And struggling with a team that played in Europa this season.
That's all right.
But
That's all right.
that's
That's
the
all
point.
right.
Let me
That's
say the
all
point.
right.
Let me say the point. But in the first game, I thought the yeah, your Rangers team. Go visit your Rangers team. No, it's not. The first game that Hikers played, Divers played, sorry, was I think it didn't go well. A dismissal occurred.
That's the first game?
The very, very first
Okay.
game. And I think the decisions were bad. And when you look at the players coming onto the pitch after that, they were dejected, and the team just never got going. Yesterday, the team started well. They batted well, so you had a good momentum coming off of the batting experience, where they scored at 14 runs over. Massive. And then in the first over in bowling, the captain Asif, who always leads from the front and motivates his guys, took a fantastic catch, ball and caught. I mean, sharp, stick out here and bap. I'm like, wow, and I think that just the batting momentum then just went into the bowling. The bowling.
I have one question to ask.
And it just went. They just went downhill from there for the bowlers.
The teams, they have like foreign players.
Yes.
Each team. One foreign, two foreign.
Two.
Because I'm reading Ravandra Prasad. He's from where?
I think he's Trinidad and Guyana.
Okay.
Remember Fletcher is there now?
I was like wondering if each team would have a designated.
What's his name? Remember the name? He's here. Carlos Brathwaite
as well.
On my team there is Chadwick, Walton, and the bowler. I can't remember his name.
He did
well. He's leading the runs tally for right now.
Oh,
so each team has 2 overseas players, and they must say they're adding value. Breakers has Warwick, I know that Warwick is overseas at home because he's Barbadian, but his dad is from Connery, so he's been central. So I mean, he's over home. He's over home. He's an over home player. Yeah, I'm saying he's an over home player. But so far so good, and VPL is definitely growing.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that the matches are exciting. They're close. The commentary is improving every year. The video work put on by ITFX is fantastic. So really good stuff. I really am proud of what we're producing as St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the VPL. All right. So we're talking of more cricket. Yes, let's see what happens today. Well, I ain't really interested in today. I might watch something on the media, but I ain't going out today. It's all right. I good. Right. Now, PM calling yesterday. And we had to continue. Listen, they do not like the expression hook in the gill. But we're going to continue to make these discussions that we're having hooks in the gill of the NDP. They do not like the expression, and they're trying to spin the expression. But the discussion regarding St. Vincent and the Grenadines diplomatic relationship with Taiwan, and the NDP's position to switch to China and the reference of Taiwan as a province is a hook in the gill of the NDP that we're going to continue to pull on. And then you add to that, added to that, they have now adopted a ridiculous position of siding with a few promoters for access to our schools and hard courts to happens. The NDP's ridiculous position is one that says preventing threats from the schools and the hard court is attacking community activity. I know of off the top of my head. There is a Gary Funa Counseling Greg's. He had a massive activity on Heroes Day. I don't know that the use of hard court and schools for feds will affect National Heroes Day celebration by the community next year. Fancy had one Heroes Day. I would like to know Rosal Cultural and Development Organization. They have activities. Barley Fish Fest, the community. That's a community activity. You have Avesco. You have the Top Belair Progressive Organization. All of them is community organizations. I want to know which of those organizations, community groups, I just called, that host community activities every year, cricket competition, softball, football competition, this, that. I want to know which of those community organizations went to Friday, or any member of the NDP, Dr. Friday, sorry, or any member of the NDP, and say, listen, since the government announced that it would no longer be allowing the use of schools and hard courts for feds, we're going to have problems doing our yearly activity. I want to know which of those community organizations said that. I want to know. I go call Sally, a partner from Rosal, and I ask him, boss, is it your organization? You have a problem doing your culture fest and so on because you can't get the school or the court for fed? I had to find out. Because surely a position like this, if you're talking about consultation, he says without consultation, if you're talking about consultation, I am going to assume that he had consultations with these community groups I just mentioned and others. The Carrefour, Conks and Greg's, the group with Taj them in Fancy. And so those organizations, Avesco, Top Belair, Rosal Culture, the Black, what's it called again, boy? Fish Fry, what's it called again? Barley. Fish Fest, the Fish Fest Committee. That's the Fish Fry. I am assuming that he would have, because he's talking about consultation. He and other members of the NDP sat down with those groups, consulted with them, and they said, Dr. Friday, this prohibition on the use of schools and hardcore feds is going to affect the activities that we have. Whether it's monthly, every first Friday, in the case of Baga, or yearly, or half yearly, or as circumstances permit, it's going to affect us because we want to have our feds on the hard court and in the schoolyard. Talking about community activity now. We're protecting our communities. We're protecting those institutions, those facilities that help in the development of our communities. The schools educate our children who are part of the communities, educate our students, educate our adults in adult education, adult literacy. They're part of the community. So education is a community activity. I'm sure 95% of the students attending Rosal government school or Methodist school, whichever the name it carries, are from Rosal. I'm sure the majority of the students who attend the Spring Village Methodist are from Spring Village. So education is a community activity. The process of learning, teaching and learning, where you seek to lift the community through education, educating our children so that through education they can lift themselves out of poverty. That is a community activity. Sports, community activity. Whether it's Ajuba, which is the spring team them, or Rosal, Baga, the Cumberland playing field that hosts Hollywood Sports, the Curtin's playing field that hosts sports meets, Baga football, big thing. Right now, viable football, big thing. Sports, community activity. Bringing not just a single community together, but communities together as teams from different communities. When you see Blingdui South Leeward football, they just try to play and come off after 15 minutes like bun. Or go on with 10 minutes left because you can't make it.
Correct.
It's teams from Lower Kettles and Camden Park and Clay Valley and so on taking part. So Vermont, so when you go there, you see the various communities in South Leeward coming together to sports. And then when the football in the evening, you go to the court and you have a little netball. Court is right there. So those are community activities carried out by various stakeholders in the community. But if Bling decide he want a color fete on the playing field in Camden Park, not a community activity. That's Bling trying to eat a food. That's Bling trying to eat a food as a promoter. No, Bling a charity. So he could use some of the money from the wet fete or the color fete or whatever he had on the field and put in the charity to help somebody here, there, and so on and so on. But the wet fete or the color fete or the whatever fete he had ain't no community activity. That's Bling as promotion. So if the sports comes to Bling, I ain't getting you the field because of XYZ. Bling can't come balance it. But I'm in a community activity. No, boss, man, your activity. That's your activity. South Leeward has the Carnival Committee. They have activities. Those activities, community activities. So who did he consult with in that response? Because from where I see it, the only attack is the attack on our educational facilities or sporting facilities at the expense of education and sports. The only attack is an attack on education and on sports to benefit a few promoters. And the truth is, they're in a quandary. They had a talk, so because now they're out at sea. And the more they talk, is the more guilt that's sinking in them because their positions are all over the place. And right thinking Vincentians looking and listening and going, but this is a serious political party. Is this a serious political party? How do you come out against the protection of... Listen, Leacock said, the Constitution is better than the one we have. PM Gonzalez raised the motion. Then leader of the opposition, Annie Eustace, seconded it. Things going good. Draft come. It better. But the position is, I am a party man, and my party say no, because at this point in time, I can't elevate country above party. I want to attack the democratic processes that we have and the voice of the people, because if something like this were to go through and the people want to be able to express themselves properly, my party might not benefit. So I can't put country above party. We have a call, so we'll take it. Good morning. Good morning. We're trying to sort things out there. Good morning.
Yes.
Yes.
It's only an idiot would be against protecting our schools and hard codes from the ramifications after his death. But then, check it out. Some people have a track record. Do you remember when ULP assumed office in 2001? What was one of the first things they had to do regarding schools? Do you remember they had to repair almost every school in this country? And that was after 17 years, after a particular administration that was boasting of surplus every year.
Yes.
We have incidents at places like Diamond, Folliard, and etc. Right? Who initiated the squatting in these areas, for which we are paying the price today. So clearly, what we are seeing is that a certain political party in this country wants nothing good for St. Vincent. Anything that seeks to lift the standard, any position that seeks to safeguard our infrastructure, any attempt by this administration to enhance the infrastructure of this country, is fought against tooth, nail, and claw. And not a single soul in St. Vincent should vote for that party because they are not interested in the welfare of this country. Under them, 30-something% of our people, of our children of primary school age, got access to secondary education. When universal access was announced, they fought that tooth, nail, and claw. In fact, they were to consider it 7 years from now.
7 years from now. So, and I don't know. I don't know if you understand. I don't know if you understand. I don't know if you understand. Well, let me not say if you understand. But the ramifications of that, to use your word, are stark. Considering mean that in 7 years from now they'll say,
But look at it.
We can't make it now. We can't make it. Let's put it up for 10 years.
It was not a decision. It's not that they're going to implement it in 2030, They would consider it.
Yeah.
So from in the early 2000s to 2030, at 2030 they would consider it. So it might have taken another 30 years to implement.
Amazing.
And remember, when the plywood annexes were built at places like grammar school and so on, you remember the comment?
Yeah.
Water down the education. And guess what? The students give these people a slap in the face. Because guess what? Performances have been enhanced since then. Prior to that, when you get 8, 9 subjects, man, that was great. Now what is happening now? Look, who have eyes to see?
Yep.
Must see.
And they are
You
seeing.
see that China thing? If people have any bit of common sense, especially these small countries, you'd realize China is not the way to go. At the end of the day, your projects are built by Chinese, even laborers are brought in by the Chinese. And when you have difficulty repaying, it's as though the infrastructure becomes the Chinese. You have the benefit. Right? Does Taiwan do that? No.
I heard, as a matter of fact, OCC does build projects here. I don't know. There's a Chinese firm, a Taiwanese firm here. Sorry, I'm bidding for projects. In as much as they spend so much money in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But the most graphic example of what you're discussing was explained by former Prime Minister Mitchell when he talked about the building of the school on Beckway.
They plant their own kitchen gas.
Everything. He said they dam up, they block up the area, they dam up water, they plant it, and they stay there in the community. Not a dollar was spent in the community. If I lie for me. If I lie for me. He said those people
I
their own community
I heard it too.
Yeah,
I heard it
they
too.
formed their own enclosed community while constructing the school, and they just did their own thing there. No,
Mhm.
people are start about.
You see?
Let me just say this. People are start about the individuals brought in from Sandals, who are working on the beaches project in Buckerman. But those guys are fully integrated. They don't get girlfriend at St. Vincent. I go down by Titi,
But
go
some-
lime. Then they by Titi drinking beer and playing pool.
Man, we right now St. Vincent going good, you hear me? There are people who have the crowds in, but if you check it out, most of the people who are anti-government are people who have their own axe to grind, people whose interests was sabotaged in the interest of the country. I mean, you check it out. Who minister, which of our ministers drive government vehicles and go by just go fill up every time they need gas? Who among our ministers have government vehicles designated to take their family to school? Who among our government ministers have had the benefit of buying land at 50 cents or 150 a square foot? And in many cases, those lands were just lying idle or have been resold for millions. Check it out. You see why I have to put myself in where it is? Because the interest of this country is paramount in the eyes of the present administration.
Yes.
I would never forget what someone said when we were putting in the air bridges at the airport. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
We have what?
Mm-hmm.
We have champagne taste and Marble Pocket.
Mm-hmm.
We're building a modern airport, you know. And that was the comment that was made. It shows the mentality of these people. Gosh, man.
No, remember now, only some people supposed to drink champagne, you know. You said we're supposed to only drink Marby.
Well, you know.
I tell you.
Yeah. Have you ever heard anybody complain, the laborers particular, or people walking the road and so? Have you ever heard anybody complain about any minister of government in this administration taking away their tray or their wheelbarrow or whatever? In fact, in my own area here, when the road gangs go out to work, I see more NDP supporters than ULP supporters
And that's a complaint.
in these road gangs.
That's a complaint. You hear it all the time.
Mm-hmm. So we have a party that is looking at the country from a holistic point of view. Nobody in this administration is saying to people, as to say, prison your own.
No, because that's not how the party governs.
We're not going back to that.
Yeah.
We are not going back to that. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Have a good one. And it was nice and loud this morning. We don't govern like that. The ULP, as the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, governs for all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now I know there are people who are listening this morning who going to play this part once a day now. They go only play the first part. When I say that's the complaint, and they go cut it off there. And they go say, him. But they ain't going to play the part afterwards where I said, we govern for all Vincentians. And so whether it's road gang or wherever, every Vincentian has an equal opportunity at all things offered by this government. All. Income support. I meet comrades all the time. I go cricket yesterday. Meet a good comrade of mine, you know, and my comrade upset because how many times he has been given paper for some material assistance, and up to now he can't get for years. But comrades all I'm gonna tell you, and you see and hear supporters of the other party who have intentions telling you what they get and how often they get. No, it's unfair that individuals who may not necessarily need it are getting it repeatedly, while others in need can't, regardless of who you support, because it's not about political support, it's about need. In the same way, I have a problem with somebody who feel because them is labor, feel like get a whole house roof, all nothing wrong with the roof. But somebody else can't even get 2 pieces of lumber. Labor or NDP, it don't matter. I have a problem with that too. Because they feel they want, and there's too much greed among some of our comrades. I could say plain. Greed. But that's the exception. Our comrades walking loud. We spread labor love, generally speaking. We have a call. Let's take it. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Well, Fian, I was in the same position, and that never make me turn against labor. I said, how much that time for the system, but you don't mind that everything happen. I watching the progress beyond self.
Exactly.
You catch? But there's something I want to call to highlight you about with a topic yesterday on Hot 97 concerning playing fields and what's not. If you can recall last year, after the H2 event, the same Luke Boy, so cool Chris, were bashing Problem Style and some revelers from Lago Heights concerning destruction at the place.
I remember the incident.
I don't know. You could take your time and you look back first. I
remember the incident. I remember.
It's the morning them was on the radio talking about that old the white southern place around the Caribbean and they don't rent out those things because people destroy them. Cuckoo, Crystal, Problem Child, all kind of names. And there was an incident where St. Vincent was playing against, I think, was Trinidad out at Annisville, and they had I think it was an after party on the same coast where they just hold the H region. And this guy named Maxi Priest was partying, but she was underage, we could see. And that same Tukul Chris and Luke Boy was talking about identification, too much children and this. But who does be in most of them sets? So it's only convenient to them. Nobody sometime, yo, them people cool. But hey, what I do, Sian? Hey, what I do? How I look for that clip, the morning program,
okay.
I think it was the 27th of June 2022.
We're gonna make a note of that.
Yes. And I want you play it back so people could hear how two-sided it will be. Because them I want who've been talking about destruction of facilities. I know the Prime Minister mentioned about that they were here.
There are people who think who are entitled and think that whatever facilities are there are for them and them alone.
You know, catch.
Right. So whenever they want access, no problem, and nobody will access after that.
Is a problem.
Okay.
So why do that? Note down that, look for that the morning program there, and play to everybody to hear.
No problem. 22nd of June, you say?
Okay, a show last year was the 26th. I think, yeah, 26th of June.
Okay.
So it was the morning program after that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No problem. All right, buddy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me have some work to do. But that's all right. You have a problem with work? I have a problem with work. Okay. It's all about convenience. And so you understand why individuals would lean towards the NDP, because that same level of hypocrisy, inconsistency, convenience, opportunism is the common thread that runs through all of them. All of them. So you're opposing constitutional reform. You're opposing constitutional reform. You are opposing vaccination, opportunism. You're opposing cleaning up the market, cleaning up Kingston and putting the vents off the street. And now you're posing. I mean, Vincent, just help me out here, please. Who in their right mind would come out against a policy that restricts the use of schools and courts of vets? Who? Those are the NDP, eh? Those are the NDP. Because that can't be real. But big statement. And they hooking themselves. They're now taking the hook and chucking it in their own gill. They're not even waiting. They're taking the hook and chucking it in their own gill. Explain that. We have one more call before we take a break. Caller, good morning.
Yes, Ian, quick and fast again. You know now. Adrenaline, I know not against her, yeah? But you notice, me not hear number 4 people with the 3,005 costume them and then on sell out.
Well, boy, let me tell you something, eh? Sorry for calling boy, but boy, like I attack like Vinci people, boy. Friend of mine
like we just only 4 people in September, man.
Watch it now. Some people, a friend of mine sent me some job costumes. 900 US, 1100 US, you know, which is 2,400, 2,700, EC 3,000. So
and nobody balling me, not about 4 people.
I responded. I said, so
4 people in the boat right now.
Would it costume for $800 and $600? You're right.
As we say, I have nothing against adrenaline.
But it's not
They're doing
adrenaline.
business.
It's not adrenaline alone.
It's
all of them.
But I hear about 4 people. I hear about 4 people pick me.
You're right. People only
Well,
go
I'm
from September. Yeah. Because watch now. Just now, the tickets, $75 all about and $120 regular and $150 the game will come out now. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, take it easy. Let's take a break. We need some ads, get the more sponsors, and we come right back with the discussion. Don't go anywhere. And put us on live. All you want to see the plate of money bringing me? No? Okay, I go show all you. We'll be right back.
It's here, SBG's newest beauty store, The Beauty Shack. There you will find a wide range of items for ladies, from human and synthetic braids and weaves to half wigs, bras, panties, costume jewelry, handbags, purses, and a whole lot more. The Beauty Shack. Guys, you're not left out, as there's a variety of colognes and gift sets to choose from. At The Beauty Shack, located on James Street in the same building that houses Eat Right Restaurant. Opening hours 7:30 a.m. until. Visit us or call 485-6681 for The Beauty Shack to make your true fashion statements.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game, more money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$560,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot. From midday, Tuesday, April 18th, it's $560,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game, more money for way. Super 6 a bigger.
At the People's Pharmacy, we put our mission at the center of our name. We are people-centered, and every day we renew this commitment to providing products and services that help our valued customers lead healthier and happy lives. The People's Pharmacy fills prescriptions promptly and accurately, and also offers a wide range of vitamins and supplements, plus generic medication for everything from an upset stomach to the common cold. We offer toiletries and baby care items, skincare and hair care items too. All that coupled with a friendly, knowledgeable, and efficient staff to ensure customer satisfaction every time you shop. The People's Pharmacy offers extended opening hours, 8 in the morning to 8 p.m., Mondays through Saturdays. For more information, give us a call at 456-1170. The People's Pharmacy. We go further to serve you better.
Beautiful white and black sand beaches, lush mountains and valleys, rivers, hidden waterfalls, and multiple islands and islets, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are a friendly people, welcoming tourists from all over the world, with exotic boutique and luxury hotels, and a hospitable business environment. Let's make all tourists welcome at our international airport, on cruises, on yachts, on sailboats, on land and sea tours, at beach lines, at our restaurants, shops and bars, and at our national festivals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it,
Located at Mackey's Hill with a picturesque and panoramic view of Kingstown and surrounding areas is Murray Heights Hotel. Offering 29 fully air-conditioned rooms with cable TV, mini fridge, hot and cold shower, and telephone. At Murray Heights, we provide a varied menu from local to international cuisine. For reservations, call us at 451-2299. We also provide a professional catering service for all events. Available is our conference room with wireless internet to facilitate seminars and workshops. At Murray's Heights, there's spacious parking. Our rates are unbelievable with discounted offers for groups. Murray Heights Hotel, your home away from home.
Out with the old, in with the new. In the past, you complained when we failed. We listened and went back to the drawing board. At last, a new, fresh beginning. A fresh face, a new product. International Standard Metals A792 presents Galvalume, an aluminum roofing metal, branded best used for roofing material, tested and proven to be of superior quality. Get wider coverage for the best prices on the island. We offer a variety of colors, including zinc sheets. Also, take advantage of our unique roofing patterns, U-panel, industrial, and crimp Spanish style. Visit us at the Diamond Industrial Estate. Call us at 784-456-9900 or email bmlsvg@gmail.com. Galvalume, a product of International Standard Metals.
For all your bakery needs, check out Alan Smith Family Bakery, the leading bakery in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, makers of the famous hard dough. We specialize in wedding and birthday cakes. Alan Smith Family Bakery carries a wide range of products including beef and chicken patties, cookies, dinner rolls, croissants, and currant rolls. We supply bread to the Grenadines, Windward, and Leeward sides of the island. Contact us at 457-8317, 457-8550, or you can fax us at 457-7765. Email us at allfam@vincisurf.com. Alan Smith Family Bakery is located along the main road in the Camden Park Industrial Estate. We are open Mondays to Fridays, 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., Saturdays until 4:30 p.m., and on Sundays and public holidays from 9 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. And remember, if you miss anything from the van in town, check with the little man with the big van, or call and place your orders today. So whether it's bread for your family or something for your sweet tooth, call Alan Smith Family Bakery today.
With roads and underground infrastructure for electricity, telephone, and television services, beautiful developed residential lots are available for sale on Beckway through the National Properties Limited. Some 170 lots ranging in size from 14,000 to 30,000 square feet for residential purposes at Spring, Crown Point, and Friendship. Most recent residential development at Spring with breathtaking views of Baliso, Bataway, and Mystique. Price starts at US $650 per square foot. Sites suitable for tourism projects also available at St. Hilaire and Park. Contact National Properties Limited at 451-2094. That's 451-2094. Or visit their website at www.svgnpl.com.
Located at Mackey's Hill with a picturesque and panoramic view of Kingstown and surrounding areas is Murray Heights Hotel. Offering 29 fully air-conditioned rooms with cable TV, mini fridge, hot and cold shower, and telephone. At Murray Heights, we provide a varied menu from local to international cuisine. For reservations, call us at 451-2299. We also provide a professional catering service for all events. Available is our conference room with wireless internet to facilitate seminars and workshops. At Murray's Heights, there's spacious parking. Our rates are unbelievable with discounted offers for groups. Murray Heights Hotel, your home away from home.
It's here, SVG's newest beauty store, The Beauty Shack. There you will find a wide range of items for ladies, from human and synthetic braids and weaves to half wigs, bras, panties, costume jewelry, handbags, purses, and a whole lot more. The Beauty Shack, guys, you're not left out, as there's a variety of colognes and gift sets to choose from. At The Beauty Shack, located on James Street in the same building that houses Eat Right Restaurant. Opening hours 7:30 a.m. until. Visit us or call 485-6681 for The Beauty Shack to make your true fashion statements.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
$560,000. That's the Super 6 jackpot. From midday, Tuesday, April 18th, it's $560,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger
At the People's Pharmacy, we put our mission at the center of our name. We are people-centered, and every day we renew this commitment to providing products and services that help our valued customers lead healthier and happy lives. The People's Pharmacy fills prescriptions promptly and accurately, and also offers a wide range of vitamins and supplements, plus generic medication for everything from an upset stomach to the common cold. We offer toiletries and baby care items, skin care and hair care items too. All that coupled with a friendly, knowledgeable, and efficient staff to ensure customer satisfaction every time you shop. The People's Pharmacy offers extended opening hours, 8 in the morning to 8 p.m., Mondays through Saturdays. For more information, give us a call at 456-1170. The People's Pharmacy. We go further to serve you better.
Beautiful white and black sand beaches, lush mountains and valleys, rivers, hidden waterfalls, and multiple islands and islets. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are a friendly people, welcoming tourists from all over the world, with exotic boutique and luxury hotels, and a hospitable business environment. Let's make all tourists welcome at our international airport, on cruises, on yachts, on sailboats, on land and sea tours, at beach lines, at our restaurants, shops and bars, and at our national festivals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Out with the old, in with the new. In the past, you complained when we failed. We listened and went back to the drawing board. At last, a new, fresh beginning. A fresh face, a new product. International Standard Metals A792 presents Galvaloon, an aluminum roofing metal, branded best used for roofing material, tested and proven to be of superior quality. Get wider coverage for the best prices on the island. We offer a variety of colors, including zinc sheets. Also, take advantage of our unique roofing patterns, U-panel, industrial, and crimp Spanish style. Visit us at the Diamond Industrial Estate. Call us at 784-456-9900 or email bmlsvg@gmail.com. Galvaloon, a product of International Standard Metals.
For all your bakery needs, check out Alan Smith Family Bakery, the leading bakery in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, makers of the famous hard dough. We specialize in wedding and birthday cakes. Alan Smith Family Bakery carries a wide range of products including beef and chicken patties, cookies, dinner rolls, croissants, and currant rolls. We supply bread to the Grenadines, Windward, and Leeward sides of the island. Contact us at 457-8317, 457-8550, or you can fax us at 457-7765. Email us at allfam@vincisurf.com. Alan Smith Family Bakery is located along the main road in the Camden Park Industrial Estate. We are open Mondays to Fridays, 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., Saturdays until 4:30 p.m., and on Sundays and public holidays from 9 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. And remember, if you miss anything from the van in town, check with the little man with the big van, or call and place your orders today. So whether it's bread for your family or something for your sweet tooth, call Alan Smith Family Bakery today.
All right, we're back with you. Thank you so much for sticking around. And during the break, we were checking out a few things. Bling and I, we have a voice note to play, so we're going to play that as well. But I saw something that came to my phone that someone sent for me, and already the distraction tactics is started. You see, because PM made the issue, articulated the policy of the government regarding hard courts and schools. Now, here's the point. What some people may not understand, so I'll try to explain it to you here, is that there are implementing agencies across the country, maybe statutory organizations and so forth, statutory corporations, public servants in different departments and so on. They are implementing agencies. But the broad policy is set by government. Agencies don't set policy. So if IFSA don't set the government's policy, government sets the policy, IFSA implements it. The Ministry of the PS and other people working in the Ministry of Education, the government sets the policy, the ministry is the implementing agency. That's how it works. So on the issue of how hard courts and schools are to be used, the government has the policy regarding how schools are to be used. The Ministry of Education is the implementing agency. With regards to sporting facilities, you have to might bill it, but it's the government's policy of constructing of facilities that enables the lottery to bill it. If the government doesn't say that the money from the lottery is through X, Y, or Z, if the government gets up tomorrow morning and say the lottery will no longer support sports, not a single court will be built because the government set the policy, the lottery implements it. The Sporting Council of St. Vincent and the Grenadines implements the policy of the government regards to sports and sporting facilities. The government sets the policy. Miles Bascom and his team out did that now set policy. They must implement policy. Now, there's some people who are not smart enough to understand that and grasp that. There's some people who are not smart enough. They may play smart and who are talk smart and who are song smart, but they really aren't smart. And so you hear conversations in an effort to distract from the real issue. But government sets policy. And the Prime Minister of this country is the head of government. He's the head of the policy-making organ of government of this country. Simple? Okay. So when the PM comes and articulates the government's policy regarding schools and hard courts, it is now for the Sports Council to fall in line in implementing that policy. It is now for the various departments in the Ministry of Education to fall in line with that policy. And so head teachers, principals, and so on, who may have previously been inclined to give permission to use the schools for those kind of events, now know that you can't because it's the policy of the government. I am sure any primary school child would understand the point I just made. Anyone. But some others may not. Some people, adults, may not. And so now the idea is the distraction because people are, look for it, look for all kind of stories to come about the PM over the next couple of weeks because they have to try and discredit the PM since the articulation of the policy of the government, people are on the PM side. On the issue of Taiwan, people are on the side of the PM. On the issue of the use of the hard courts and schools, people are on the side of the PM. On the issue of the cleanup of Kingstown, the majority of incentives were on the side of the government and the PM. And still are. And so the opposition keeps finding itself on the wrong side. So expect them to start attacking PM himself, finding this and that thing to bring up so you can put the PM as the focal point as opposed to the policy. The focal point can't be the Prime Minister. I was telling that to my friend on the weekend. They make everything about the Prime Minister as opposed to the policy. Let us talk about protecting schools and hard court. That's the policy. Let us talk about the relationship of St. Vincent and the Grenadines regarding Taiwan. That's the policy. Let's talk about the presidency of Silak. But no, they can't talk policy because the thing about it is on every issue of policy, the Vincentian majority is with Prime Minister Gonzalez. And so, as a good friend of mine said to me, when you can't beat the person, you go after the personality. Sorry, when you can't beat the policy, you go after the person. I got that wrong, yes. When you can't beat him on policy, you try and go after the personality. And so every time they keep losing on policy, and every time they go after the person, they're making them more popular. Because at the end of the day, they look saying, but wait, why like my mother said to me, as I told you all the other day, why does beat up on the man so? Why they hate him so we do them? You can never, it is almost impossible to have a discussion on policy, on the actual policy, without it being about Ralph. No, you may argue, but see, he is the Prime Minister, so yeah, I know, I hear you. He is the head of government. He's the leader of government. He's the head of the party. Yes, I know. But let me talk about the merits and demerits of the policy without getting into the personality that is Ralph Gonzalez first now. Let us discuss the merits and the demerits of Taiwan versus China without talking about Dr. Gonzalez. Mind you, the Taiwan versus Taiwan debate has been there for Milton Cato, for James Mitchell, for Arnie Musa and Ralph Gonzalez. So why make the relationship about Ralph Gonzalez? Let us look at the merits and the demerits of the policy. Let us sit down and look at our schools and hard courts, look at the kind of money we've invested in them over the years, look at where they are, look at what happens to a hard court and so on after a FET has occurred, and let us look at the merits and the demerits or the advantages and the disadvantages of the policy as articulated without saying Ralph. Go. You have a voice note. Bling. Now let me play the voice note.
Good morning, Sian. I have something to say. And what I'm about to say is that in order for you to be a leader, you have to lead from the front. You can't lead from the back. A leader does not lead from the back. Mr. Friday and the NDP, they are the same ones who would say, look at the state of the hard code, look at the state of the playing field, nothing is being done. They oppose every living single thing the government does. Everything. In order for you to be a leader, you have to lead from the front. Mr. Friday is reminding me of two children playing with a ball. The minute he does not get the ball in his court, he starts to run and make complaint, opposing everything in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And one of the characteristics of a good leader is that he has to have vision. And without vision, the people perish.
I say so. And that is why I'm making the point that the majority of Vincentians on the issue of policy, even on the very, well, let me not even phrase it that way, on the issue of vaccine, that brought with it various levels of emotional responses. The majority of Vincentians were with the government on the policy of protecting lives and livelihoods. That is why, no matter how much the NDP has tried to create confusion and chaos in this country over vaccines, they are not succeeding because quietly and even openly, many Vincentians are saying, but the government's policy was geared at protecting the lives of Vincentians. We have a call coming in. Let's take the call. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sian and Bling.
Good morning.
Sian, you remember when Girls High School had go down, when we put Girls High School on at the Annisbury playing field?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You remember when it just had a little water level?
Yes.
And the train them had to walk over?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Over it a little before it get done?
I remember that.
And you remember how they blasted government day?
Yes.
How they put children down at the school and they stay ready. The field, what they had to walk over water. PM right. Not to give up no school, no hard coat, nothing for no fet. Nothing. Let them go in the backyard, in their own backyard and have a fet. Open up some place in the backyard and have your fet. And the same set of people when you lend them the school and they don't mash up the school. And the school for open, they have all kind of things to say about the government. Look how you're sending children back in school. The school dirty, the yard ain't clean, the yard this, the yard that. Same set of people get on the radio. PM, you're right. I stand there with you all the way with this. Okay.
And that's the thing. It's not just ULP supporters agreeing with the policy of the government. It's generally, Vincentians generally, because they want to see the schools protected. They want to see this physical infrastructure protected. We're not stupid. We see the damage that occurs from time to time. So nobody's going to pretend that, we just have these wonderful relaxing events called fets that are so controlled and so on. And the community children and parents coming together and enjoy these wonderful fets, and the government is trying to attack those. Nobody buying that foolishness. We'll take the call. Caller, good morning.
Yeah. If you do not have a policy that could hold water, then obviously you have to resort to the personality. But I think one of the things that these people are forgetting is this. We are living in an information age. Yes. We are living in an age when people have access to information from all over. We are living in an age in which our Vincentian population, because of the education revolution, is a thinking population, and particularly the younger people. I mean, there are those older persons who are set in their ways and really can't really do much about them. But we are living in an age where people can sit down and analyze, okay, hey, this is a policy from the government. What is the policy that the other side is putting forward?
Exactly.
And when you realize that they are putting forward trash, and that trash is an attempt to trash the Prime Minister, you realize that they don't have anything to offer. And if they don't have anything to offer, you simply write them off. Have a good day.
On the weekend, I was having a discussion with boy Richard. I didn't see him on the live for a while. He probably there, he probably meetings, I don't know. And we were talking about those references. Some types of trash actually I use it for manure. So we're talking about the kind that is waste. Like waste, like have absolutely no use. That is what the battle is for now. The battle is for your mind. Right? That is why now people like Jomo Thomas and so on attack Dr. Gonzalez personally. Because he's unable to hold any real credible discussion on the issue itself. You see, how is Consul Thomas going to have a credible discussion on an issue, opposing vehemently an issue today, when he stood on a platform in 2015 promoting those same issues? You campaigned on them, you promoted them, you held them as your own in 2015. The same issues are alive today, and you are on the other side of the spectrum. It is difficult issue, the issue, the policy. You see, it's easy. Some people look at it. It's easy, Bling, for an opinion and a response to change regarding somebody. And I just say to talk about that. Oh, Richard used to criticize Ralph. And they think big Ralph 5 years ago, but now you and Ralph are best friends. You know how many times people tell me, you know, Mr. Marshall, the first time I saw you, I thought you were so fresh and stuck up, and I didn't like you. 2-3 years later, we body relying on you drinking. How many individuals are married to people who the first time you make a talk after the girl insult you and embarrass you, and all ain't talk and all ain't friend. Years later, they are not life. You can always change your opinion and perception on a person based on knowledge, based on interaction. I could think this person was stuck up and fresh and rude from looking at them, or because people were saying some things about them. But when I get to know them, I realize that ain't the case. Because I've gotten to know you. But the policy, as articulated, you know the policy be? You hug it up, it's yours. It's the best thing. Now all of a sudden it's the worst thing. Let me take the call. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Tony, ready down, please. Okay, person Tony really down when they connecting with us. Because the feedback in our ear is deafening. It ain't the same thing. You can always change. You don't marry people and be all in love and then divorce. Yeah, you could change that. You can. You can hate people and then love them. But when you talk about policy that the government is articulated, let me take the call. That you hug up, that you know. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, Kelly, you have a way of calling me out every time I'm listening to your program and enjoying your program.
Once I said, Jim, will you come out? That's all.
Yeah. Anytime, when you mention people like Jomo Thomas, Godwin Friday, and Keith Joseph, I get so angry because when I think all these guys, they want to be Ralph. And this is why I get angry, you know. Jomo Thomas is a hypocrite, in my opinion. But I know you're coming up to your closing time, but I just have to call him. Every time you mention his name, Jomo Thomas, Godwin Friday, and Keith Joseph, always get on my nose, man. I say it anyway. I'll go on. All right.
I don't know why you get walked up by all those names. We have to be able. Look, the Jomo Thomas, the individual, he also by his actions can change the way I see him, my view of him. That's what I'm saying. It's like the law. If you think law is good, the rule of law is good for democracies, and you have a principle and a philosophy that undergirds, that supports that your position You're going to tell me that tomorrow, because somebody else is the one responsible for interpreting the law, that all of a sudden the law ain't good? That's where we are now, you know. The rule of law is good. The court system in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is good as long as the NDP win their motions. The minute a motion goes against the NDP, there's a breakdown in law and order. The people have no confidence in the rule of law. There's no confidence in the justice system. We want to protect the schools. We want to protect we had courts. And like the caller said earlier, it is this government that spent in excess of $6 million in 2001 to renovate and repair and do work on every single school in this country, because under the NDP, they were in a state of disrepair. It is this government that has built more schools than any other government in this country. This government is. It is this government that has opened up spaces in secondary schools, more than double the intake in 2001. This government has increased the number of students pursuing post-secondary and university level education than any other government in the history of this country. This government built more playing facilities, more sporting facilities than any other. So this government can act and should act to protect the interests of students and of athletes in this country, because we know how much we have to invest to get things up to a certain standard. And so when you want to talk about what the Prime Minister said last week, let's look at it from that regard, from that perspective. What is there to be gained by allowing threats on hard courts and the schools? Please give me the overwhelming positives to be gained from that. Let's discuss the policy. What is there to be gained from switching allegiance, from refusing, discontinuing the recognition of Taiwan as a sovereign state to recognizing China, and therefore subjecting the people of Taiwan to zero status? What are the overwhelming benefits? Or forget overwhelming, what are the benefits? What are the benefits to St. Vincent and the Grenadines? What are the benefits to the global community? What are the benefits to international peace and security? Tell me. Because any state now could decide you don't exist. So Israel could do the same thing with Palestine, and Russia could do it with Ukraine or South Ossetia and Abkhazia in Georgia. America could decide Cuba don't exist no more, or Venezuela, or Nicaragua, or St. Vincent and Grenadines. Explain to me what the benefits are from an international law standpoint. Tell me. Sometimes it is unfortunate that people do not understand, unfortunately, how things are happening globally. And they seek to comment on issues of national significance, but with international influence. and they mislead our people, unfortunately. We have to keep our minds fixed, our thoughts fixed, and our discussions on the policy. You could characterize Dr. Gonzalez how much you want, and when you're done, I'll still be there asking, what is the take on the policy? You can reference him how you want. Talk about the age and the mental health and so on. At the end of the day, I'm still going to ask you, okay, yeah. But what about the policy? Because we ain't discussed that yet. Final call. We missed the call. We missed it. It's all right. I'm going to come back to you and say, yes, Dr. Gonzalez is in his 70s. Yes, Dr. Gonzalez has been Prime Minister, but for 22 years. But let me talk about Taiwan and China. That's what we're talking about, not Dr. Gonzalez. They can call him back. Let me take it so we could end the program this morning. Caller, good morning.
Hey, morning, Mr. Sian.
Morning, buddy.
And my brother, Daddy. You know, we are like the Prime Minister say, the same people who mashing up the school, when the time comes, they must say, oh, white government now fix the school and them. And just, as you rightly say, them not been a build school, they not been a fix school. I think of one school, another bill was done in Camden Park, I renovate or something. Them people ain't care nothing about education, they care about health, they care about it. Because with the saying that the government have borrowed too much money. Imagine you borrowing money to build an airport to better country, to bring development. You borrow money to build a wall to bring development in a country, and the government shouldn't borrow no money. Government borrowing too much, and the debt is this and the debt is that. So therefore, we're really showing you. If it was them, it wouldn't have had no development in Sylvan Total. Because look at the amount of development the airport and thing bringing. So therefore, just how we really judge a man when he's saying that he judges on them in Sylvan too. The government had the money, you have to come back to Papa and you have to do this, you have to do that. And when them doing a case saying, hey, a thing about that, as I was saying just now, how we really go about thinking about these people, judge these people, grass where they really up, what they really saying. Is these people for real? Are they living a world by themselves? They just feel like Mama Gaina and outsmarting good people to get in power to wound them? You hospital wanted nurses and all them kind of things. So you don't have to train nurses here. No, you're training nurses and you're paying them. That is a feather in a cap. You don't have no airport. No, you have international airport to find out any kind of thing you want. Don't do bush and all kind of bush. And you don't have all this bridge over Mabuka, they got tunnel. All this kind of thing you condemn and come back now and getting vote by, well, all the vote, majority vote by tradition. Because you're not supposed to vote in a country like this among civilized people. You're not supposed to vote. You expect to go and have job session in a school, a party. That should have been a long time. You should have a party in school and this kind of thing they do. Because there is a place that it has to be ready for children and all kind of thing. So NDP is a total disaster. They have no plan, they have no understanding about how government is supposed to run. They talk as that garbage in the House Assembly. They talk because the same garbage they talk in Hindi. They want to play hard and that they bright and they just done. They just done. Oh, totally done. That's what we're going on.
All right, buddy. We got to program now.
You have a go down. Let me say hello to my partner coming and Jeff in America. And once and hey brother. Anyhow.
Yes,
Culture man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Okay, my buddy.
Right. let me just say this. And I didn't want to say it while he was talking because sometimes when our comrades call, he said they didn't have any trained nurses. That is not a fact. The fact is that there were trained nurses, but there was a shortage of nurses, of trained nurses here in St. Vincent and Grenadines. And so our government had to, first of all, cooperate with Cuba to get some assistance and then increase the intake of nurses yearly. And also he said that we didn't have an airport. We did. We always had an airport. We had 5 airports. We had an airport on the mainland St. Vincent, one on Beckway that the former Prime Minister built during his tenure, one on Union Island, one on Canawan, one on Mustique, right? But now we have an international airport. I just want to make those very little corrections because I don't want anybody to get the sense that we allow misinformation to go out. Misinformation is misinformation, whether it's inadvertent or it's coming from a comrade. You know what I'm saying? So those two things that he said as he was speaking, those that may not have been his intention to convey that, but those were the things that he said, and so I just had to point those things out this morning. All right, everybody. So remember, we did have trained nurses, but we had a shortage of it, a significant, acute shortage of trained nurses. All right. All right. So this is where we bring the program to an end. We borrowed some time from Lady M. But we're now going to bring the program to an end this morning. Thank you for sticking around with us. Those of you on the live, you've been here, you've been keeping a company, and I see both the YouTube channel and the Facebook account are populated and people are sticking around with us. And those of you who stayed online, stayed on the radio. Now, the area above Chester, I believe it is, that streams on a 104.7. We think we've identified what the issue is, and so we'll be making a move to rectify that quickly. So individuals above the Dry River and so forth, that Miss Georgetown and others who depend on 104.7, we really apologize for the delay and the downtime. But I was speaking with the technician yesterday, and he seemed to have figured out, well, at least identified a problem. Now he has to figure out what's causing it. All right. So the problem ain't the fact that you're hearing, that's a symptom of it. We've identified the problem, and now we're going to work on it. All right. So let me thank you for being here this morning, for sticking around on behalf of Bling, who's going to be with us, as I said, for the next 2 weeks or so, in the absence of Brother Denny. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. Until tomorrow morning, God's willing, when we're back with you, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday. And if you're going cricket, I don't know if you can see me, but have a good one.